Can you feel me shake the ground? 'Cause I've heard enough excuses. Let's find out what the truth is. I'll get on my feet, I'll take to the streets. I'm knocking at your door, not gonna take all these lies no more. Never said you're sorry, you were gunning for me.
So this is where it all started for us. And now it is looking empty. And it is crazy. What a weird feeling. Memories. It is so quiet, it's eerie.
Alright, Derek, where are we?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Pretty exciting week here. I know you guys heard us talking about it the last few months. We finally made the big move, and we'd like to welcome you all to our new Strathmore location. Come check it out.
Big orange door.
So in this video, we're going to show you the shop. I'm not going to dive into every project yet. I just want to kind of give you a quick overview of what's going on. We'll save every project for another video.
Perfect.
So as you come in, Sean just built this sweet kind of reception area to greet the new customers. You know, a lot of people, they see nice cars, they just walk right in and want to go and touch them and get in them. So kind of, yeah, corral everybody. We got the 55 back in. As I just said, I'm not going to get into everything I'm talking about cars, but yeah, so the biggest thing here was we wanted to get everybody under one roof again. The last few years we had mechanics in one location, we had body in one location, we had Troy, our interior guy, in another location. Everyone's under one roof now. A lot easier to manage, commodities a lot better. Everyone, you know, wants to work together and bounce ideas off each other. This building gives us the opportunity to do that. We're talking about 20,000 square feet of space here. We got our mechanics, we got our body, we got our interior. Everything is under one roof. We don't have to rely on anybody anymore. The car comes in and it leaves when it's 100% done. So you see on this side here, we got our mechanics set up. We installed 4 new lifts from Lift King. Shout out to Ross at Lift King, he always hooks us up. Awesome lifts, they work great. The guys are absolutely loving them. We have a little staging area at the front that we're gonna use for assembly and stuff like that. We got James's 4-post. He prefers to work on the 4-post, so we installed another Lift King 4-post. Again, the only guys we trust for hoists. So we got James's 4-post, and then we got another Lift King 4-post here that backs onto our dyno. So we're really looking forward to this. We're gonna have dyno days. We're gonna do our own in-house tuning. I've always wanted a dyno, and I got one in a deal made with my buddy up in Edmonton last year, and it's kind of been in storage. So super excited to get it going. James is on this right now. Hopefully within the next couple weeks we could do a video of our first pass.
It's gonna be loud in here.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. We just put this ramp in. You would think something simple like that, it's nothing crazy, but really exciting. So it was in a warehouse building, so there was only warehouse dock kind of height doors. Yeah. So now this allows us to bring cars in and out. It's a 40-foot ramp, so even the lowest cars, no problem at all, no clearance issues.
Massive.
Getting into some of the equipment stuff, we have a 30 horsepower Kaiser compressor. Anyone who knows anything about air knows Kaiser's the absolute Cadillac of compressed air. Along with that, we have a very powerful this dryer. So it dries out all the moisture in the lines, so when you're painting, no oopsies. 1.5-inch line throughout the entire shop. Our buddy Jeff and his brother did an awesome job on that. So it's 1.5-inch line everywhere. It reduces down to 3/4 line. So I believe we have probably about a dozen air lines in here as well. So everyone's got sufficient air. Over here we got Devin's bay, or metal bay.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Which is awesome because this week we actually just named Devin our general manager. So he's right in the middle of everybody. Anybody needs help, they know where to find him. Another really cool piece of equipment we bought new for this shop is this sweet 5x10 fabrication table. I've always wanted one. Now that we have one, basically Devin could build whatever, right? He's not working on the ground. Everything's clean. You could build a chassis. Everything stays square. It's like a 5,000-pound table. It's crazy.
Holy shit.
Nuts.
The whole car.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Heavier than a car. So this is fabrication. Maybe some light assembly. In that area, we kind of have it marked out. We're going to bring a brand new paint booth from Global. Probably about 6 weeks out, so we're really pumped for that.
This corner. See the tape.
Yeah, so semi-downdraft paint booth, state-of-the-art again, full mixing room, full makeup air unit. I cannot wait for that guy. We also have a enclosed body room. So in our last shop, when we first started, everyone was under one roof, but it was so small. So you got body dust in the mechanics bays. It was hard to work with body dust. So I've always wanted a shop with a closed-in body area. This shop actually has that, so it's great. And you kind of cage Matt in there too, so we don't have to listen to his bullshit all day.
Here, we're about to hear it.
Hey, music off, music off. So yeah, body bay. We got the monkeys in here. So I think my favorite part of this room, besides Dahmer, is the lights.
Besides Dahmer?
Besides Dahmer getting locked in the room, is the lights.
You got locked in here?
No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, these are hex lights. I've always wanted a space big enough for them. Finally, we have one.
So
Take you to this door here. Sweet little R-code 68.5 Mustang. Looking good, D, looking good. Don't mind him. So we have a pretty decent sized parts room as well. Last shop we had 40-foot containers outside, so every time Renee had to go get something, she was, bundling up, going through containers, especially in the minus 40-degree days at Canadian winters. So everything's in-house. We stock most of the stuff to build Broncos and Mustangs because we do so many of them, but we're also stocking our own lubricants and stuff like this. So again, you never have to leave. Everything is here. Still a little room or a little work to do here.
a little more organizing.
A little more organizing, but it's getting there. It's getting really close, and it's not outside. So here we have a nice little show area. So again, we're gonna go through every vehicle and make another video to show you guys. But just really quick, obviously we do a bunch of first-gen Broncos. So we got a first-gen Bronco at the front there, Brittany Blue. We have my 68 Shelby GT500, 67 Fastback, 63
The untouchable.
split window. Yeah, some of most of these are mine. Some of them are untouchable. Some of them, like Richard Rollins says, everything's got a price. So, except for the Shelby, that one's not going anywhere. 63 split window. Always wanted one of those. Finally picked one up this year. And then 2 other first-gen Broncos. Boxwood green. I'm keeping this one. This mint one is a client of ours. And I'm loving this one too. This first-gen, what's that color again? Tiffany blue with the white flat finish on the bottom with the Ranger package. I just love it. It's our twist on the Ranger package. So again, I'll get into that in the next video, but kind of wanted to show you all around the shop. This is going to be our polishing area. Super bright lights. Little 1990 SS 454 truck. 52 Dodge. I just bought this one off Dev. I'm loving it, man. This thing drives awesome. Sweet patina. He did an amazing job building it. Ever since I saw it, I loved it. So when he started talking about selling it, I asked him if he's serious, let me know, and he was serious, and he's buying a house, so the timing was right, so he sold. I'm like, you know what, I got the perfect spot going up the stairs.
Yeah, it's perfect right under here.
Yep, exactly.
Blends in, especially with these gas
And then,
pumps.
exactly. And then another very exciting part to this shop is that we have our own in-house interior, Troy. So we worked with Troy for years. Always had to bring him everything. Now literally we walk down the aisle and he's here. Oh, we did a nice cleanup, Troy. What's going on, Troy? Might as well introduce Troy to our interior extraordinaire, man. How'd that job turn out for you?
It was alright. It's a quick,
Yeah?
quick interior job.
Nice. All finished now?
Yeah, it's all
Sweet. When's he coming?
today.
Sweet.
Picking up today.
That's the best part, the unveiling. Sure he'll be happy with it. It's pretty sweet.
Some pictures.
Nice.
Excited already.
Awesome, sweet. So now we'll have to take advantage of the empty space and sneak something in here quick so we get next in line. Awesome. Okay, thanks, Troy.
Thanks, Troy.
Yeah, this is Troy's room, basically all in-house interior.
Now this room.
Yeah, this room was an absolute dungeon when we started. So this is probably the biggest transformation. It was like you had to take a tetanus shot before going into this room. It was so bad.
Tetanus shot?
Yeah, it was bad. So we completely gutted this room, spray foamed everything, put up white tin, epoxied the floors. We brought in a bunch of stuff from the other shop, kind of make it feel like home with our motor tables and stuff like that. Candy machines. Keep the guys all hopped up on candy so they're moving quick.
That keeps going in.
Yeah, exactly.
Skittles.
It's getting low already.
The Skittles.
Boardroom table, so we do all our meetings here. Watch our YouTube shows on the 70-inch up there. And
Where
then
did you guys get this?
that I found on Marketplace. I wanted something like to do with food or a grill
Yeah.
or restaurant, something for our lunch area, right? So I saw that
Massive.
Roadie's Grill. And messaged him up, and it was an old restaurant that went under somewhere up northern Alberta. So sent Dougie up there to pick that up, and it actually worked out perfect. It hung right between the two beams.
It looks good. And then the Mr. M&M people.
Yeah, I know, pretty cool. Avery wanted to claim one of those, but luckily I was able to convince her to leave it here. But yeah, I love little shit like that. Little M&M guys, Kool-Aid guy. There's a story behind everything, right? Like I've always wanted this Kool-Aid guy, but in my nature, I'm always haggling, right? So finally found one. And of course, the guy's asking, I couldn't even remember, $600-700 or something for that thing. And I'm like, you know what, well, will you take $500? And he goes, no. So I wait a couple days, oh, you take $500, it's sold. And I was so pissed, I wanted it. I was so down, right? I'm like, fuck, I looked for that thing forever, finally find one, haggle them and lose it. And then maybe like 3-4 weeks later, one comes up. And I want to say I paid
Marketplace
like,
again?
yeah, like $250 or something like that.
How?
So yeah, exactly. So I rushed over there. Actually, again, sent Doug over there.
Yep.
And just picked it up.
This is nice too.
Yeah, I love the little Coke fridges. Then just a little lunchroom for the guys, some lockers. Everybody stops what they're doing, together, has lunch. So we wanted to make sure we had enough seating room for everybody. But yeah, the transformation in this place is just crazy. I'll show you. Actually, you know what? We'll link in some pictures of when we started.
We'll put it in
yeah,
right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's you won't get believe the difference. It's nuts.
Because Dev earlier during lunch, actually, when we were all sitting down, he was
Yeah.
saying how it was like what you said, a dungeon.
Oh yeah, it was nuts.
Dark.
It was insane.
Couldn't see anything.
100%.
Eric, thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, no worries.
Shop.
Thanks for coming, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Like I said, we're gonna start creating a tons more content now. Everyone under one roof, so it's gonna be a lot easier for Carl to get really good content. Show the builds from start to finish, from the day they come in to the day they leave. So hopefully you guys come along for the journey. Don't forget to subscribe. More subscribers we get, more we can keep doing this. So really appreciate the support. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, deck of my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
Mike, do you want to take it away first?
Carl, what do you need to know?
I need to know what you guys have been doing on which build is
Oh,
this?
man.
This is Kinser.
Kinser.
Is this going on our file?
I think this is going on our file.
All done with the grinder if you need it.
Okay.
We're shooting something, Dusty. What are you doing? My
I
God.
didn't realize Mike had the mic. Mike had the mic.
No, you're good, man. What do you need?
This is a microphone. Alex, why don't you tell them what you've done already?
Well, we're because this is the Kinser chassis and it already comes with the Coyote already to the frame. Basically, our job is to mate that to the body and to the dash and everything else. So I mounted the overflow reservoir for the coolant, washer reservoir. We were run some heater lines and stuff like that. Nothing super major in the engine bay for me, other than, I guess, the ECM location. So that's the first time that we've done that. We have it right there in the middle. Typically, we'll put it on one of the wheel tubs here and kind of make some sort of shroud for it and cover it up. So we've had some new challenges because that's the first time we've done that. When you go underneath the dash, it takes up all the room that you had before, which wasn't a lot to start with. So we had some fitment issues with the radio, with the heater hoses, with the vent hoses, everything really.
The wiring harnesses.
The wiring
Just
harnesses.
brutal.
Yeah, so we
Trying
actually
to tuck them up underneath there.
Yes. So we had Devin grab the ashtray because another problem that we had. Nice, you already did it. The ashtray wouldn't sit flush because there's no more room left. So what Devin did, I can take this out.
I wouldn't do it.
Nope, I wouldn't either. That's gonna stay there. But Devin basically
modify this so it's not going to be a really deep ashtray. It's only going to be about 1.5 inches wide. So I'm just right now drilling the spot welds out. We're going to cut this down. I'm going to take this plate and just move it up. And
Just
then that way, just shorten it up.
we shortened it so that it would fit flush. So you still get the look of it.
Because it was
And-
sticking out
Yeah.
before, right?
It was, yeah, it was sticking out probably like that. So just a bit of a cosmetic thing. It's better than plugging it or doing something cheap. So you still get the look, you get the feel, but you know, because this is a pretty involved build, you lose your glove compartment, you lose your ashtray, but that's pretty standard with the Coyote builds, to be honest.
Yeah, that was huge. And Alex, relay box that you put in there, that was no easy feat to put in there with the vintage air that's already in there.
Yeah, we had to kind of rework the original harness and reloom a couple of things to get the play that we needed and get the length that we wanted. Because you know, this harness isn't meant for this truck. It does work. It's plug and play for 80% of it, but that last 20 is a bit of a pain in the butt when you don't have space to work with. So
Just fitment issues?
fitment issues, a lot of things, routing
really
issues.
tight,
So
yeah.
Mike got all of these modules mounted. He did all the electrical underneath, and he tackled that monster.
That's not done yet. We're going to be closing this off with a center console with cup holders, maybe even a TV. Who knows?
Who
By the time
knows?
we're done.
Whatever the client wants, we'll make it happen.
But we'll have a place for a cell phone, that's for sure.
Come over to the other side. This is the first time we've done this. Because of the transfer case that's in here, it's a push button kind of control. So if you can get around the steering wheel there, and zoom in on this bezel. So that's actually a Legacy branded transfer case bezel that we got laser cut from a friend. So I spent a little bit of time getting that cut down and polished.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a first, but turned out pretty
What
good.
also is a first is there's no shifter here.
Yeah.
No Dana 20 shifter to get in the way.
Yeah, do you know what transfer case is in this?
This is the
Atlas?
new Ford one. I don't know the exact number.
Gotcha.
Apologize.
But yeah, it's all
But
modern
it's
car.
all electronic and will shift as we want it to. So it's awesome.
And you said it was
Absolutely.
quiet.
Oh,
Yes.
it's very quiet.
Yeah, so this is a true resto mod. So this
Yeah.
should drive like a
Yeah.
brand new car. Because the chassis is engineered for it, you can see it's got the dual shocks all the way around. It's got, I believe it's got a 4-link.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
What they do
front
to
and
these
rear.
chassis is incredible. So this is basically driving a new car with an old body on top of it. So
Yeah.
really interesting to see how this is going to drive. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And we're getting to the finish line. We had our first start today. Yeah.
Test driving.
Well, yeah. Once the alignment is done, I'm hoping that's going to be perfect.
Yes.
We should start this thing up for Carl.
Let's do it.
Carl,
does start.
come and light up this dash. Okay, ignition. It's one of the first times this been started.
Very quiet. So next step is getting it driving. So we have.
You gonna be here though?
I am. Well, fingers crossed. That's the plan. So before I leave, we're gonna have this thing on the road if everything goes to according to plan, and kind of get this one done. Body wants it next week, so we have to do what we can to get it done.
Alex is off next week. I'm off one day. So if we can get it all done this week, that would be great.
Yep.
Hey Alex, did you check the oil?
I did check the oil.
We got too excited.
Yeah, we're so happy to see this thing run. We're putting floorboards on it now, electric floorboards. So when you open the door, floorboards come out. Really nice. And so they slide out. But because we lowered this 2 inches, now that changes the bracketry underneath. So we got to modify all that as well. So it kind of compounds into another problem. But it's nothing we can't do here. We'll just get Devin on it and he'll just make it happen.
Throw it to Dev.
Yeah, so that side's not so bad. This side we got to deal with, so we'll get that going. And
Yeah, you already fixed up the other side?
yeah, the other side's already in. I just got to mount it and then drill it. We'll get it happening.
Perfect. All right, now we're good.
Now we're good.
Thank you, Mike, with your finger, Mike.
I like that.
Mike.
Mike.
I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP ownership. The blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
Okay, in 1968, Shelby came out with a 68 fastback that had a 428 cubic inch engine. It was a Cobra Jet engine, and they're super, super rare and hard to find. But we have one. This way. Came out with them in 68. They were 335 horsepower, but what they really think, it was actually more closer to 410 horsepower. And we have one.
This old thing?
Our customer, really good customer to us. We're after doing a few cars for him, and now we're gonna take this and we're gonna return it back to what it used to be at 68.
Get a shot this way.
We gotta strip it down to bare metal, take the epoxy off it. We're gonna start over, do all the metal work, because as you can see, these are all original R-code parts, and they are demolished. But to keep it R-code-esque, we're gonna take all the R-code parts and we're gonna rework them just to keep that originality of what the R-code means. In 68, this was one of the quintessential pony cars of its time. It was used in the 68 fastback was actually Steve McQueen's bullet car. So to go back and make a historic car the way it used to be. And this one, luckily, we get is actually Highland Green, which you can't see right now because it's covered in dust, but it is.
You can kind of, no.
It is Highland Green. So we start out with the process. We'll strip it down right now. We'll get it to bare metal. We'll do all your metal work, body work, and then we'll ship it off. Get it in primer, ship it off the paint, bring it in, paint it, cut and polish, and then
Are we doing interior?
The customer is going to take it after we paint it,
Yeah.
and then he's going to deal with everything.
Oh, okay.
So
So mechanical and everything, that's all on
that'll be on that side.
them, okay.
The first job in the body shop.
First?
68 R-code. Nothing better.
Anything else you want to say for them?
They could have done with a bit better lighting in here. I mean, it's beautiful.
It's important, man.
Senor, it's somebody's birthday today. Today is the big day.
No, fuck that.
37.
36.
37 and a half. Look what we got for you, Devin.
Yeah.
I secretly bought this for you.
Get over here. Since you're the youngest, you're singing happy birthday, Alex.
Yep. And I bought these for Devin, just so with my
Let's say happy birthday. We could all do it together.
Blast it from up there.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Devin. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Give it a speech.
Thanks, guys. First birthday in the shop. It's been great so far. So, no accidents today. That's great.
Every day's gonna be a birthday. The birthday stuff that we did just gets smaller and smaller. It's like, we used to get pizza, and now you get cupcake.
List again, please.
Do you have 30 guys sharing one cupcake?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Dev.
Thanks, Carl. 2 more years, or in 2006, I'll have been in the trade for 20 years.
That's crazy, man.
Holy. Yeah.
Oh yes, okay, so this week we're picking up back in the shop. First week everybody's here. So right now I'm getting some hours on the Pontiac. I'll kind of get you caught up on what we did. Last time you guys saw, we got the trans tunnel in and the wiring kind of where we want to tuck it into the groove. Since then, I've gone and made our lower dash pieces. I still have to fully weld this one in place. I just had to remove our Holley screen. But right now, I got both sides of the drop down, so we have proper air vents. Yeah, right now, we've got this all welded in. So it's a perfect drop down for our remote air vents that we're putting in here. That way we have lots of space. It also helps cover the vintage air box under here, so you don't see the big black bulky plastic coming from the bottom of the dash. I went and set up the center AC vent, so that's where it's going to be. And we have our ignition, where ignition and our wipers and other switches will sit. Currently, right now, I'm trying to adapt an electric wiper motor to the stock Pontiac wiper arm system. The stock Pontiac had vacuum style wiper motor. So I'm now converting it to electric, having to set up the linkage, making sure it's all adjustable, and then it has to hide under the dash. So it's kind of not the glorious job, but I mean, we're getting it done, getting it figured out. That way I can put the vents back in, you know, start doing all the mini systems that we need. I will then go on to doing door latches and getting the shaved door handles working on the remote properly. And then after that, it's honestly just some small to-do lists like battery shut-off switches, charging ports, and once we finish all that and kind of wrap the car up and everything opens and closes and works properly, it's going to head off to body work after that. And then the guys will take it apart, start painting the floor and the firewall and frame, and kind of go from there. Keep
keep the momentum going.
It's getting there, eh?
Yeah, it's getting there. Small things at a time, but yeah, definitely getting things like even, you know, having to make all the glove box and everything open properly while not hitting vents.
Yeah.
Trying to stuff all the AC and everything under the dash. I mean, it's a lot of stuff to put in a small car, but we'll make it happen. Guy wants a hot rod, so we'll make a hot rod. Yeah, he'll have the Holly dash in here, which is great. We love the system. It looks cool. He can change the display if he wants to. He's still going to have an Alpine doubled-in deck for regular stereo, and then we will eventually build a nice slim center console with some cup holders, his window switches in the center, and maybe a little storage compartment for license and registration when they want that stuff. And then go on to, I mean, bodywork and paint's going to be the major priority after that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, once we get this thing painted, I mean, Troy's just down at the end of the shop, so we'll drive it over there and get him to whip up a cool interior for this thing.
Because, yeah, it's going to be carpeted?
I don't know yet. Right now, it's a little too ahead for me to think about interior, but I know we're running these seats, the electronic GM seats, so they'll get recovered. I'm sure the rear seat's going to match, so it kind of has a theme. The center console, I'm thinking it might be a darker interior, but they always kind of change colors. Yeah. So you'll have to go to Renee about that one. But I'm just making sure that everything works and looks good in here, and then we'll go from there. Yes, I just want to get this thing done and on to the next. I still got to finish Beamer. After lunch, I'm going to help Dusty with the Coupe Eleanor build so much. And then
you said that thing's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. We're gonna have to redo a bunch of welding after lunch, but yeah, just get stuff going around here. So everybody's in the one shop now, so time to get working.
And how you liking it so far?
It's good. I like it. I like everybody being here rather than there's a little bit of communication. Just because there's two shops now, we're under one big happy family again. Yeah. So I definitely prefer it. And then it's just more getting used to the building. The building we'll have to change and modify some small things here and there, just so it suits all the guys here. But so far, it's pretty good. So.
And you have the best spot, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
right in the middle. And
right in the middle. I can look at everybody. Everybody can come if they need questions. Yeah. And then, I mean, down the road, eventually there will be a paint booth around right near over there. But. Yeah, I just like everybody being here, so it's a team again. Yeah. But yeah, we'll just keep going and get these hot rods done.
Perfect. Thank you, Dad. Perfect. All right, Dusty. So I see you've been cutting this up all morning here.
Yep.
You want to give us a little background on where this guy has been?
Yeah. So we got this '67 Mustang. It's coupe. With the Eleanor body kit on it. We got it from another shop, not sure where exactly. None of my business. But they fabbed up this Schwartz frame. I guess it should technically be kind of a bolt/weld-in. So we're baselining the vehicle because really we don't know what's going on with it. So we got under here, we did a bunch of measurements. The tires weren't really fitting in the fender wells really well, or anything like that, so we were kind of figuring like...
The rear tires?
Yeah, the rear tires. One tire was rubbing up against the inside and the other tire was way far out. So we determined that basically the frame and the body were skewed.
Oh, okay.
More towards the front, so I pulled the frame back down, cut off all the old brackets that were here, all these ones here that were welded to the floor. And I basically have to, where they mount on the frame here, I have to move them over a 1/4 inch so that we can move the frame basically over a 1/4 inch to the passenger side. Yeah, a lot of cutting, and got to dress it up. Devin's gonna weld in some patch panels here, and then we'll weld in some nice thick plate. And then we'll get the brackets all cleaned up and tacked up and have everything straight and narrow so we can move on to the next step.
You want to show me that weld job they did on those old plates that you cut out?
It's kind of embarrassing.
And wasn't even you who did it.
No. So this, here, I'll show you this. This one here was welded to the floor here. So I basically kind of cut along the welds. But if you look at it, it's barely even welded together. Because it was welded to this plate here, just like this. And so it was literally just the outside of it. They didn't gusset it or anything.
Too.
Yeah, very, very thin welds. Seems to be a little bit of a pattern on this car. So we're, again, just going through it and making sure everything's nice and tidy as the legacy way.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you, Dusty.
I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need to hug my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP ownership. The blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off. I get off at my feet. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP by me.